Now, I am going to discuss on a very particular aspects of modern Indian history, that is, revolutionary activities in India. The revolutionary movement for Indian independence is a part of the comprising the actions of the underground revolutionary factions. Groups believing in armed revolutions against the ruling British fall into this category, as opposed to the generally peaceful civil disobedience movement spearheaded by Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. Revolutionary groups were mainly concentrated in Bengal, Maharashtra, Bihar, the United Provinces, and Punjab. More groups were scattered across India. Apart from a few stray incidents, the armed rebellion against the British rulers was not organized before the beginning of the 20th century. The revolutionary philosophies and movement made its presence felt during 1905 in the partition of Bengal. Arguably, the initial steps to organize the revolutionaries were taken by Aurobindo Ghosh, his brother Barin Ghosh, Bhupendranath Datta, Lal Bal Pal, and Subhash Chandra Malik when they formed the Jugantar Party in April 1906. Jugantar was created as an inner circle of the Anushilan Samiti, which was already present in Bengal, mainly as a fitness club. Anushilan Samiti, that established by Pramothanath Mitra, it became one of the most organized revolutionary associations, especially in the eastern Bengal, where the Dhaka Anushilan Samiti had several branches and carried out major activities. Jugantar was initially formed by an inner circle of the Kolkata Anushilan Samiti, like the Palmach of Haganah. In the 1920s, the Kolkata faction supported Gandhi in the non-cooperation movement, and many of the leaders held high posts in Congress. The Anushilan Samiti had over 500 branches. Indians living in America and Canada had established the Gadar Party, the Jugantar Party, that is organized by, controlled by Barin Ghosh, who was the main leader, along with 21 revolutionaries, including Bagha Jatin. He started to collect arms and explosives and manufacture bombs. The headquarters of Jugantar was located at Baubazar Street, Kolkata. Some senior members of the group were sent abroad for political and military training. One of them, Hemachandra Kanungo, obtained his training in Paris. After returning to Kolkata, he set up a combined religious school and bomb factory at a garden house in Maniktala, suburb of Calcutta. However, the attempted murder of District Judge Kingsford of Muzaffarpur by Khudiram Bose and Prafulla Chakri on 30th April 1908 initiated a police investigation that led to the arrest of many of the revolutionaries. Bagha Jatin was one of the top leaders. in Jugantar. He was arrested along with several other leaders in connection with the Howrah Sipur conspiracy case. They were tried for treason, the charge being that they had incited various regiments of the army against the ruler. Jugantar, along with other revolutionary groups and aided by Indians abroad, planned an armed revolt against the British rulers during the First World War. This plan largely depended on the clandestine landing of German arms and ammunition in the Indian coast. This plan came to be known as the Indo-German plot. However, the planned revolt did not materialize. After the First World War, Jugantar supported Gandhi in the non-cooperation movement, and many of their leaders were in the Congress. Still, the group continued its revolutionary activities. A notable event being the Chittagong Armory raid. Binoy Basu, Badal Gupta, and Dinesh Gupta, who are noted for launching an attack on the Secretariat building, the Writers' Building in the Dalhousie Square in Kolkata, were Jugantar members. The revolutionary activities also occurred in Uttar Pradesh. Hindustan Socialist Republican Association was established in October 1924 in Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh, by revolutionaries like Ram Prasad Bismil, Jogesh Chatterjee, Chandrasekhar Azad, Yogendra Shukla, and Sachindranath Sanyal. The aim of the party was to organize armed revolution to end the colonial rule and establish a federal republic of the United States of India. The Kakori train robbery was a notable act of mutiny by this group. The Kakori case led to the hanging of Afzal Ullah Khan, Ram Prasad Bismil, Roshan Singh, Rajendra Lahiri. The Kakori case was a major setback for the group like Jugantar Party. However, the group was soon reorganized under the leadership of Chandrasekhar Azad and with members like Bhagat Singh, Bhagawati Charan Bora, and Sukhdev on 9th and 10th September 1928. The group was now Christian Hindustan Socialist Republic Association. In Lahore, on 17th December 1928, Bhagat Singh, Azad, and Rajguru assassinated Saunders, a police official involved in deadly lathi charge on Lala Lajpat Rai. Bhagat Singh and Batukeshwar Dutt threw a bomb inside the Central Legislative Assembly. The assembly bomb case trial followed. Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev Thapar, and Shivram Rajguru were hanged on 23rd March 1931. In Maharashtra, Veer Bhai Kotwal, alias Veer Bhai Kotwal, during Quit India movement formed a group of underground mercenaries called Kotwal Dast, a parallel government in the Karjat Taluk of Thane districts of Maharashtra. They were about 50 in numbers, including farmers and voluntary school teachers. They decided to cut down the electricity pylons supplying electricity to Mumbai city from September 1942 through November 1942. They felled 11 pylons, paralyzing the industries and railways. The uprising against the British was evident at Halagali, Madhuluk Taluk of Bagalkot districts in South India. The Prince of Madhul, Ghorpade had accepted British overlordship, but the Vedas hunters, a martial community, were seething with dissatisfaction under the new dispensation. The British proclaimed the Disarming Act of 1857, whereby men possessing firearms had to register them and secure a license before 10th November 1957. Babaji Nimbalkar, a soldier thrown out of job from Satara court, had advised these people not to lose their hereditary right to own arms. One of the leaders of the Vedas, Jadgiya, was invited by the administrator at Madhul and was persuaded to secure a license on 11th November, though Jadgiya had not asked for it. The administrator's expectations that others would follow Jadgiya was believed, so he sent his agents to Halagali on 15th and 20th November and again on 21st. But the entreaties of the agents did not succeed, and the agents sent on 21st November were attacked by Jadgiya and Balaya, another leader, and they were forced to return. Another agent sent on 25th November was not allowed to enter the village. Meanwhile, the Vedas and other armed men from the neighboring villages of Mantur, Bodni, and Alagundi assembled at Halagal. The administrator reported the matter to Major Malcolm, the commander at the nearby army headquarters, who sent Colonel Seton Kar to Halagali on 29th November. The insurgents, numbering 500, did not allow the British to enter Halagali. There was a fight during the night. On 30th November, Major Malcolm came with 29th Regiment from Bagalkot. They set fire to the village and many insurgents died, including Babaji Nimbalkar. The British, who had a bigger army and better arms, arrested 290 insurgents, and of those 29 were tried and 11 were hanged at Madhur on 11th December, and 6 others, including Jagdiya and Balaya, were hanged at Halagal on 14th December 1856. No prince or Jagirdar was involved in this uprising, but it was the common soldiers. Violent revolutionary activities never took firm root in South India. The only violent act attributed to the revolutionaries was the assassination of the collector of Tirunelveli on 17th June 1911. The collector of Tirunelveli, Robert Ashe, was killed by Vanchitanathan, who subsequently committed suicide, which was the only instance of political assassination by a revolutionary in South India. Outside India, in Indian House, the Indian House was an informal Indian nationalist organization that existed in London between 1905 to 1910. Initially begun by Shyamji Krishna Verma as a residence in Highgate in North London for Indian students to promote nationalist views and work. The house became a center for intellectual political activities and rapidly developed to be an organization that became a meeting ground for radical nationalists among Indian students in Britain at the time, and of the most prominent centers for revolutionary Indian nationalism outside India. The Indian Sociologist published by the House was a noted platform for anti-colonial work and was banned in India as seditious literature. The Indian House was the beginning of a number of noted Indian revolutionaries and nationalists, most famously V.D. Savarkar, as well as others of like V.N. Chatterjee, Lala Hardayal, V.V.S. Iyer. The house came to be the focus of Scotland Yard's work against the Indian seditionists, as well as the focus of work for the nonsense Indian Political Intelligence Office. Indian House ceased to be a potent organization after its liquidation in the wake of the assassination of William Hart Curzon Willey by a member of the Indian House by the name of Madan Lal Dhingra. This event marked the beginning of London police crackdown on the activities of the House, and a number of its activists and patrons, including Shyamji Krishna Verma and Bhikaji Koma, moved to Europe, from where they carried on works in support of Indian nationalism. Some Indian students, including Hardayal, moved to the United States. The network that the House founded was key in the nationalist revolutionary conspiracy in India during World War I. The Ghadar Party was predominantly Sikh organization that started operating abroad in 1930 with the view to do away with the British rule in India. The party collaborated with revolutionaries inside India and helped them get arms and ammunition. Lala Hardayal was a prominent leader of the party and promoter of the Ghadar newspaper. The Komagata Maru incident in 1940 inspired several thousand Indians residing in the United States of America to sell their business and rush home to participate in the anti-British activities in India. The party had active members in India, Mexico, Japan, China, Singapore, Thailand, Philippines, Malaya, Indochina, and Eastern and Southern Africa. During World War I, it was among the chief participants of the Hindu-German conspiracy. The Berlin Committee for Indian Independence was established in 1915 by Virendranath Chattopadhyay, including Bhupendranath Datta and Lala Hardayal under Zimmermann Plan, with the full backing of German Foreign Office. Their goal was mainly to achieve the following four objectives: mobilize Indian revolutionaries abroad, incite rebellion among Indian troops stationed abroad, send volunteers and arms to India, even to organize an armed invasion of British India to gain India's independence. The Howrah Gang case. Most of the eminent Jugantar leaders, including Bhagat Jatin alias Jatindranath Mukherjee, who were not arrested earlier, were arrested in 1910 in connection with the murder of Shamsul Alam, thanks to Bhagat Jatin's new policy of a decentralized, federated action. Most of the accused were released in 1911. Delhi-Lahore conspiracy case. The Delhi conspiracy case, also known as the Delhi-Lahore conspiracy, hatched in 1912, known as Delhi-Lahore conspiracy, that is planned to assassinate the then Viceroy of India, Lord Hardinge, on the occasion of transferring the capital of British India from Calcutta to New Delhi. Involving revolutionary underground in Bengal and headed by Ras Bihari Bose along with Sachin Sarmil. The conspiracy culminated on the attempted assassination on 23rd December 1912, when a homemade bomb was thrown into the Viceroy's howdah when the ceremonial procession moved through the Chandni Chowk suburb of Delhi. The Viceroy escaped with his injuries, along with Lady Hanjin, although the Mahout was killed. In the aftermath of the event, efforts were made to destroy the Bengali and Punjabi revolutionary underground, which came under intense pressure for some time. Ras Bihari successfully evaded capture for nearly 3 years, becoming actively involved in the Ghadar conspiracy before it was uncovered and fleeing to Japan in 1960. The investigations in the aftermath of the assassination attempted led to the Delhi conspiracy trial, although Basant Kumar Biswas was convicted of having thrown the bomb and executed, along with Amir Shah and Awadh Bihari for their roles in the conspiracy. The true identity of the person who threw the bomb is not known to this day. In the First World War, Indo-German joint movement. The Indo-German movement, also referred to as the Hindu-German conspiracy or the Ghadar movement, was formulated during World War I between Indian nationalists in India, the United States and Germany, the Irish Republicans and the German Foreign Office to initiate a planned pan-Indian rebellion against the Raj, with German support between 1914 to 1917 during World War I. The most famous amongst a number of plots planned to foment unrest and trigger a pan-Indian mutiny in February 1950 in the British Indian Army from Punjab to Singapore to overthrow the Raj in the Indian subcontinent. This conspiracy was ultimately thwarted at the last moment as British intelligence successfully infiltrated the Ghadarite movement and arrested key figures. The failed Singapore mutiny remains a famous part of this plot, while mutinies in other smaller units and garrisons within India were also crossed. In World War I began with an unprecedented outpouring of loyalty and goodwill towards the United Kingdom from within the mainstream political leadership. Contrary to initial British fears of an Indian revolt, India contributed massively to the British war effort by providing men and resources. About 1.3 million Indian soldiers and laborers served in Europe, Africa, and the Middle East, while both the Indian government and the princes sent large supplies of food, money, and ammunition. However, Bengal and Punjab remained hotbeds of anti-colonial activities. Terrorism in Bengal increasingly closely linked with the unrest in Punjab was significant enough to nearly paralyze the regional administration. With outlines of German links with the Indian revolutionary movement already in place as early as 1912. The main conspiracy was formulated between the Ghadar Party in the United States, the Berlin Committee in Germany, Indian Revolutionary Underground in India, Sinn Féin and the German Foreign Office through the consulate in San Francisco at the beginning of World War I. A number of failed attempts were made at mutiny, among them the February Mutiny Plan and the Singapore Mutiny. This movement was suppressed by means of a massive international counterintelligence operation and draconian political acts that lasted nearly 10 years. Other notable events that formed a part of the conspiracy include the Anil Larsen arms plot, the mission to Kabul, that also attempted to rally Afghanistan against British India, the mutiny of the Connaught Rangers in India, as well as by some accounts, the Black Tom explosion in 1960 are also considered minor events linked to the conspiracy. The Indo-Irish-German alliance and the conspiracy were the target of a worldwide intelligence effort by the British intelligence agencies, which was ultimately successful in preventing further attempts and plans, and in the aftermath of the Annie Larsen affairs, successful, directed the American intelligence agencies to arrest key figures at the time she entered World War I in 1970. The conspiracy led to the Lahore conspiracy case in India and the Hindu-German conspiracy trial in the United States of America, of which the latter at the time was one of the longest and most expensive trials in that country. Largely subdued and suppressed by the end of the war, the movement posed a significant threat to British India during World War I and its aftermath, and was a major factor during guiding the Raj's Indian policy. During the war, the planned Islamist movement also attempted to overthrow the Raj and came to form a close relation with the Indo-German conspiracy. Out of the Deobandi movement arose the Tehreek-e-Rasmi Ulma. The Deobandi leaders attempted to begin a pan-Islamic insurrection in British India during World War I by seeking support from Ottoman Turkey, Imperial Germany, Afghanistan. The plot was uncovered by Punjab CID with the capture of letters from Ubaidullah Singh, one of the Deobandi leaders then in Afghanistan, to Mahmud al-Hasham, another leader then in Persia. The letters were written in silk cloth, hence the name of the silk letter conspiracy. Chittagong Armory raid. Surya Sen led Indian revolutionaries to raid the armory of police and auxiliary forces and to cut all communication lines in Chittagong on 18 April 1930. After successfully completing the raid, revolutionaries established Provincial National Government of India. After this, he in deadly clash with government troops in Jalalabad Hill. Revolutionaries scattered themselves in small groups, and some revolutionaries were soon killed or arrested in a gunfight with the police. Scores of the government officers, policemen were also killed. Priscillata Vadeda led the attack on European Club in Chittagong in 1932. Surya Sen was arrested in 1933 and was hanged on 8th January 1934. The Central Assembly bomb case 1929, Bhagat Singh and Batukeshwar Datta threw a bomb in the Assembly House along with leaflets stating their revolutionary philosophy. To make the deaf hear, Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev and Rajguru were hanged, and several others faced the verdict of imprisonment. Batukeshwar Dutt outlived all his comrades and died in July 1965 in Delhi, all of them cremated in Firozpur, Punjab, India. Vaikuntha Shukla, the great nationalist, was hanged for murdering Phanindranath Ghosh, who had become a government approver, which led to the hanging of Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev and Rajguru. He was a nephew of Yogendra Shukla. Vaikuntha Shukla was also initiated into the independence struggle at a young age, taking an active part in the Salt Satyagraha of 1930. He was associated with revolutionary organizations like the Hindustan Seva Dal and the Hindustan Socialist Republican Association. The execution of the great Indian revolutionaries Bhagat Singh, Rajguru and Sukhdev in 1931 as a result of their trial in the Lahore conspiracy case was an event that shocked the entire country. Phanindranath Ghosh, hitherto a key member of the Revolutionary Party, had treacherously betrayed the cause by turning an uproar, giving evidence which led to the execution. Vaikuntha was commissioned to plan the execution of Bose as an act of ideological Vedanta, which he carried out successfully on 9th November 1930. He was arrested and tried for the killing. Vaikuntha was convicted and hanged in Goya Central Jail on 14th May 1934. He was only 28 years old. On 27th February 1931, Chandrasekhar Azad died in a shootout when cornered by the police. It is unclear of the eventual fate of the association, but the common understanding is that it disbanded with the death of Chandrasekhar Azad and the hanging of its popular activists Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev and Rajguru. Kakori train robbery. Chandrasekhar Azad, Ram Prasad Bismil, Jogesh Chatterjee, Asafullah Khan, Banwari Lal and their accomplices participated in the robbery of treasury money that was being transported by train. The looting took place between Kakori station and Alamnagar within 40 miles of Lucknow on 9th August 1925. Police started an intense manhunt and arrested a large number of rebels and tried them in the Kakori case. Asafullah Khan, Ram Prasad Bismi, Roshan Singh, Rajendra Lahiri were hanged. 4 others were sent to the cellular jail in Port Blair, Andaman for life, and 17 others were sentenced to long terms of imprisonment. The scenario changed with the years of World War II. The British were thinking to quit India and religious politics came into play. The basic political background of revolutionary ideas seemed to evolve in a new direction. The organized revolutionary movements can be said to have nearly ceased by 1936, apart from some stray sparks like the killing of Sir Michael O'Dwyer, generally held responsible for the Amritsar massacre on 13th March 1940 by Udham Singh in London. During the Quit India movement of 1942, several other activities took place in different parts of India. However, those were discrete occurrences and hardly any large-scale planned terrorism took place that could shake the British administration. Meanwhile, Subhash Chandra Bose was organizing an Indian National Army outside India and leading the army towards India, while at the same time the Congress was negotiating with the British. Finally, India was independent on 15th August 1947 by violence against the British with much of bloodshed. Over many years of struggle and sadly also rioting and violence among the countrymen during the partition, which was quite shocking to the past revolutionaries and also to Gandhi. The simmering rebellions in the British Indian Army over the trials of the Indian National Army officers on trumpet of charges of treason in late 1945 and the naval revolt in the Royal Indian Navy in February 1946, inspired by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, convinced the British that the instrument of British power, the Indian military, was no longer going to help them prop up the Raj. Many revolutionaries participated in the mainstream politics and joined political parties like the Congress and especially the communist parties and took part in the parliamentary democracy that was India. On the other hand, many past revolutionaries being released from captivity led the lives of common men. Thank you for hearing me.